Hi everyone. So I just want to actually make this video. It's going to be a quick video because, uh, yeah, I only have about 8 minutes of recording time, and I don't want to just run over. So, but I just wanted to make this video about this one particular trait of narcissistic people that I think we need to just watch out for. I believe that most of us know that the one thing about narcissists is that they are extremely inconsistent. Okay, they never tell the truth. They can always claim to be the victims or the person who is being wrong or whatever, who that they are the victim, they are being wrong, they are being used by someone, they've been hurt by someone, but in the end we realize it's just a facade. Because why? It's a facade for them to actually abuse us. Okay, who are the targets or the victims, or even in some cases we are the survivors. We just left the relationship, but they still try to use the facade of the victim to abuse us. And this is something that I think I'm actually uh, talking about in relation to this book by Scott Peck, Scott Peck, People of the Lie. Okay, this Scott Peck, he is actually a practicing psychiatrist, okay, or psychotherapist, and he actually comes on this whole topic, from the perspective of, yeah, from the moral ethical perspective. I'm trying to answer the question as to whether we can give a so-called diagnosis of evil to people. Okay, and he actually has a very very clear stance. It actually is right from the very first part of the book. He actually talked about this. He has certain topics, including the man who thought that he had a pact with the devil, yeah, something like that, who was like demon possessed or something. And then there was another case of group evil. And then, oh yeah, Charlene, a case of this woman who thinks that who has some delusional syndrome, and oh yeah, and many other things. So the question was whether there are some questions as to whether there's such a thing called demon possession influencing such behavior. Maybe, maybe not. He didn't. I don't think I actually come across that part, but he did mention the possibility of exorcism in some cases where psychologists and even psychiatrists, they play a role akin to exorcists, in that they force a confession out of these people, to admit that they have something wrong, or that they give away, at least give away hints as to something being wrong with them. Okay, but we know one thing with narcissists: no matter how much they are aware of their evil or their narcissism, they will never really. I mean, actually, to be frank, they wouldn't ever admit it, because I actually told my mom what just now. I just asked her once one question. Okay, in this Taiwanese drama, said, why is it that you can never tell a psychopath, a psychotic person, that he or she is lunatic, is crazy? I said, why not? Why should you tell them that? Because it's like even doctors tell you not to do that. Because why? Or not just doctors, but even police and terrorist negotiators. Okay, there are those in negotiators when there's hostage situations. Yeah, the one thing that we're always told is that don't ever call them terrorists. Don't ever call them crazy, because why? It makes them turn worse. They become worse. Okay, so they might even do things like hurting the victim or the hostage. And this is something about narcissists. Once you call them a narcissist, you call them out, even with evidence, they'll become worse. Okay, if you call the psychopath a psychopath, they'll just. So the whole thing is that people who claim that, like for example, the late Jeffrey Dahmer, who was being sentenced to capital punishment for doing stuff like cannibalizing young men, young boys, and yeah, on his serial killing sprees. The thing is this: they claim that just because he was converted to Christianity during his last few days, that maybe he's in heaven now. I said no, it's very unlikely. And even if he is, he has to atone for it. Okay, there's also such a thing called atonement. Okay, there's no such thing called once saved always saved. It's not what we have in the whole thing. But to go back, that's another issue altogether. But to talk about the whole thing about people of the lie, okay, the one thing is this: we know that all narcissists, they have this tendency to lie. They are never consistent. But why are they doing so? This is back to another question that I asked my mother. She didn't answer that one because she probably didn't hear it. I was just we were talking over some television drama series, and she said, I asked her, Mom, why is it that the bad people are always telling other people who are good, they are victims, or those whom they've hurt, that they are bad people? Why do they point their fingers elsewhere? Um, then I think that at the point that I asked that question, suddenly something came to my mind and I just said it out loud. Oh, because they are unwilling to face their real self. Then that was like, oh yes, this is what exactly narcissists do. You know, the thing with narcissists is that they have the whole facade they have, okay, the lies, everything is to cover up for a so-called true self. And we all have a true self, okay? And you know that in Japanese culture, um, there are three selves. One, the public self you show everyone. Two, the one that you show family. And then there's the third one being the one that you actually only know for yourself. I don't really know the Japanese word for that, but the one thing aside, the thing is this: the true self of the narcissist, okay, is really really pathetic. It's full of shame, self inadequacy, worthlessness, and everything. To avoid facing it, they cover up under all this fake facades of how good I am, how smart I am, how achieve I'm, well achieved I'm, everything. But at times, there's another technique is to divert it. They project the whole bad things onto other people, so they call the people evil. Maybe it's not true, and very likely it's not really true because narcissists are all pathological liars. I mean, there's this whole thing. There was a case of this with this nut poacher. She's a narcissist herself. She doesn't really want to admit it, but let's admit it. She goes around calling lying about men. Okay, she claimed that I'm stalking her. I don't want to even talk and watch her videos because she's really negative. She hates all men. If you want your eggs to dry up as you claim, you can't wait for eggs to dry. Why aren't you opting for sterilization techniques? Okay, you are contradicting and lying to about yourself. Okay, I challenge you. If you are able to do that, go and sterilize yourself right now. Okay, you are not. You're just just a female narcissist trying to actually keep your supply by baiting people and putting on the fake facade of you being a so-called victim. Okay, anyway, that's the whole thing about the lie. Okay, the whole facade. Okay, this is what makes a narcissist. And the thing is, are they aware of it? Very rarely. Okay, they believe their own lies. Okay, that's the one thing. Okay, anyway, I'm off to do some work. Okay, because I have to work next week. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about other stuff, and yeah, have a good one, everyone. Okay, bye bye.